Welcome to our special focus on the Tokyo Olympics, ladies and gentlemen. I want to start with these visuals that you are seeing on your screens right now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi cheering, in fact, virtually looking at the Indian contingent, which today, in fact, marched in the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Prime Minister there, as you can see in these visuals, got up when he saw the Indian contingent, in fact, reduced contingent today, 19 athletes, 6 officials. And the Prime Minister clapping, cheering. These visuals, in fact, when they would be beamed there for our Olympic contingent also as well, this is going to be a motivating factor. More than Indians, in fact, 131 crore Indians cheering for the Indian contingent which is there in Tokyo. These games are taking place in very special circumstances, and the Prime Minister, as you can see on your screens right now, in fact, what a gesture, sweet gesture to say the least, the Prime Minister getting up and clapping as far as the Indian contingent is concerned. So every day at 6:30 p.m. our focus would be on the Olympics. Let me introduce my senior colleague Boria Majumdar, consulting sports editor, India Today, who is joining us. He is in Tokyo. I am in the newsroom in Delhi, and Boria is in Tokyo. And we also have Rahul, Rawat, my colleague. He's also, both of them are in Tokyo. At least lucky to be there. Boria still, in fact, I can see, Boria, you also had to watch everything on television like the Prime Minister and what we were doing here. Those deferred visuals, because you can't go out despite being, it's so close and yet so far today.
Yes, but you just, my prison sort of sentence ends tomorrow morning. So I will be raring to get out of this hotel and just straight go to the venue. And tomorrow is a massive day, Ankit. Yeah. Massive day for India. I'm expecting 2 medals tomorrow. Rahul disagrees. He gives a 1. But I'm expecting 2. I'm expecting 1 from Mirabai Chanu in weightlifting and 1 from shooting. So yes, quarantine has to end. It ends tonight, raring to go. It was great to see the Indian contingent. Yes. And yes, like everybody else, like you guys, all of us clapped. But yes, 2 kilometers, yet can't go into the stadium, but that'll end tomorrow.
That will end tomorrow. Rahul, I'm going to come to you. I want to know why you disagree with Boria's tally of 2 for tomorrow. But before that, let's just give our viewers a sense, a build-up, in fact, to this biggest sporting competition, the biggest sporting platform, Olympics 2020, Tokyo Olympics 2020. And as I was telling you, it has happened in very different circumstances because of the COVID-19 pandemic. India is hoping that it is going to get a record haul of the medals. This Olympic is without any hugs or high five, but despite that, we are cheering that the Indian team is going to do us proud. Take a look.
It is time. The world's biggest sporting extravaganza is here. Tokyo 2020 is finally happening. More than 11,000 athletes from 205 nations will compete in 339 sporting events. The Olympics were postponed by a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which unfortunately hasn't slowed down as much as the world would have wanted, despite the advent of multiple vaccines. Spectators were barred weeks back, taking away the very idea of festivities that fuel the Olympic spirit. But the International Olympic Committee is trying its best to focus on hope right now. And they want everyone else to do the same.
In the spirit of hope, there will also, these games will also highlight that, perseverance of the Japanese people and the perseverance of the international community coming together here is a recipe, again, here I could only quote Dr. Tedros, is a recipe for overcoming a crisis and for addressing a crisis.
India have sent 127 athletes to Tokyo, our biggest ever contingent in Olympic history. For a nation of over 1.3 billion people, we have only won 28 Olympic medals, having made our debut back in 1900. And that tally features just one individual gold that Abhinav Bindra picked up in 2008. The expectations are of a first ever double-digit figure in the medal tally, and that would surpass the best haul of 6 achieved at London 2012, out of which none were gold. In fact, Grace Note, a US-based analytics company, has projected 19 medals for India. This includes 4 golds, 9 silvers and 6 bronze medals. Their prediction is for India to finish 18th in the overall medal tally. A record medal haul is what every Indian is hoping for. Even if we don't win exactly 19, anything close will prove to be a watershed moment in the history of Indian sports.
The impact that COVID-19 has had on human life will take years to heal and maybe a lifetime in some cases. It's a strange coincidence that when Tokyo won the bid to host these Olympics, they had projected it to be the Recovery Olympics, something that will heal the disaster caused by the massive earthquake and tsunami that hit this country in 2011 when more than 20,000 lives were lost. While India would be hoping for a record medal haul, the athletes here know that it's not just an opportunity to have their names engraved in history, but also give millions back home a reason to rejoice and a sense of pride. With video journalist Shiv Prashant, this is Rahul Rawat in Tokyo for India Today.
Well, the big attraction, of course, was the opening ceremony of the Olympics, but Indian archers were in action today. World number 1 Deepika Kumari finished 9th in the individual ranking round of women's archery. Deepika finished with 663 points, and the Koreans, who were missing in Paris World Cup, where Deepika, in fact, won the gold, took the first 3 spots. The Indian archers disappointed even in the men's individual ranking round. Praveen Jadhav is in fact seeded at 31, and Atanu Das finished 35th, and Tarun Deep Rai at 37th spot. The mixed team competition will take place tomorrow, where India ranked 9th based on Deepika and Praveen Jadhav's individual performance will in fact take on Chinese Taipei in the round of 16. And if they overcome the challenge from the Chinese Taipei, they will face top seed South Korean in the quarterfinals. Rahul Rawat is in Tokyo. Rahul, coming to you, why do you disagree? I mean, Boria says that you think that it's only be 1 medal. We are hoping for a record haul. You are already reducing it.
Ankit, I disagree with Boria because I think we are going to win 3 medals tomorrow. For sure, 1 in weightlifting, Mirabai Chanu. She should definitely get either a silver or a bronze medal. I'll be shocked if she doesn't win a medal tomorrow. And of course, shooters, 4 world-class shooters. Saurabh Chaudhary, who's been the most consistent of late in the last 2.5 years. Abhishek Verma in 10-meter air pistol. He's ranked world number 1. Then Ella Venil in 10-meter air rifle, and Apurvi Chandela, also another former world number 1. So I am saying we might just win 3 medals tomorrow, but for sure 1 definitely is coming from Mirabai Chanu.
Okay, Rahul, before I get a rebuttal from Boria, let me first tell our viewers India is looking to surpass their best ever medal tally, and all hopes would be largely on the Indian shooting contingent. Our shooters will be in action tomorrow, and this time we have got some serious medal hopefuls, since a number of them are the world's top ranked shooters. Take a look at why India's road to glory will depend a lot on the marksmen and markswomen.
And now in the final itself.
The Indian shooters have been a force to reckon with for some time now, and they'll begin as strong favourites for a rich medal haul in Tokyo. Leading the charge will be 2 teenagers, Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bhakar. Both have swept away medals wherever they have competed in the last 3 years. In the 10-meter air pistol, both Saurabh and Manu will be strong contenders for a medal each in their individual events. But what swells India's chances is the addition of the mixed team event. The duo came together in 2019 and since then they have gone on to win 5 gold medals in the 6 tournament World Cups they have competed in, starring with the pole position in the capital 3 years ago. India will surely hope for a podium finish from 2 of these best pistol shooters in the world right now. Another pair in the 10-meter air pistol that'll fancy their chances will be that of Abhishek Verma and Yashaswini Singh Deswal. Both are world number 1 in their respective categories. Abhishek in particular has been winning medals consistently since 2019 and he has gone from strength to strength, making himself another strong bet for an Olympic medal. India will also have more than just a chance in the 10-meter air rifle events with 2 more youngsters, Divyansh Panwar and Elavenil Valarivan. They have both raised the bar every time they are in a competition. Before the pandemic brought things to a standstill, Divyansh had an incredible 2019 World Cup cycle, during which he won as many as 6 medals, including 4 golds. In the 10-meter air rifle mixed event, Divyansh has won 5 medals so far since 2019, and 3 of these medals, including 2 golds, came with Anjum Modgil, while his last gold came with young sensation Elavenil Valarivan. Even in the women's 25-meter pistol event, India have 2 of the best shooters in Chinky Yadav and Rahi Sarnobat. The last World Cup in Croatia, it was Rahi who was the lone Indian to fetch a gold at the event. She displayed sensational form right from the qualification round to the final. India will field a record number of shooters this time at the Olympics, and all 15 of them have a great opportunity to prove why shooting is being considered India's gold mine in Tokyo. Sports Bureau India Today.
From Delhi, let me take you back to Tokyo. Boria, with such a lineup, how can we not be excited about, gold after gold coming in as far as the shooting events are concerned? Who are your best hopeful? What is your thought, in fact, about the Indian shooting contingent?
Let me just give you a word of caution first. Don't get excited about gold after gold because the Chinese have not participated in any of the World Cups. Point number 1. So we do not know what the Chinese are bringing to the table. Even in Croatia, some of the other countries did not participate. This is not to take away anything. And in Delhi, in the March World Cup, a lot of the countries did not come because of COVID. So while not taking anything away from our shooters, it's going to be very, very difficult. Now you asked me who are my bets. I'm predicting here, even at the cost of looking a complete idiot if I don't get it right, I am predicting 3 to 4 medals from shooting.
Okay.
My bets are Abhishek Verma or Saurabh Chaudhary in the 10 meter. So I'm expecting 1 to come tomorrow. Both mixed events, Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bhakar, and the other, Abhishek Verma, Yashaswini Deswal. On the other side, I'm also giving Elavenil and Divyansh in the rifle. So I'm predicting 3 to 4 medals from shooting. Tomorrow, definitely 1 from the men's 10-meter pistol team. Either Abhishek Verma or Saurabh Chaudhary, fingers crossed. Elavenil Valarivan, Gagan Narang keeps telling me she is the next big superstar, and she is, if you see her performances. So fingers crossed. I spoke to Ranindar Singh 15 minutes back, Ankit, the president of NRAI. He said he visited the range today. It's looking good. The team is looking very, very solid. He said, "Kal ek saath milke celebrate karte hain." I said, let's just wait, not jump the gun, but we'll celebrate tomorrow.
Thank you, Boria, for joining us. Rahul, thanks to you as well. There is some breaking news that